and I'll be a quitter when haters don't stop. I'm living proof. It's pretty safe to say, God give it, God take it away. It's the worldwide American way. I'm living proof.
What's going on, guys? Proof here, and today I want to be bringing you a car fight area live video. The deck that I'm going to be using is the new Generation Break 2, or just the GBT2 Narukami deck featuring Sweep Command, Superior Ride. And I'm going to try and keep the deck overview pretty short because I know I can talk for a long time. So I'm going to start with the strides. I have 4 Zoras here, which is the on-hit stride. And what he does is when he hits, your opponent chooses a rear guard, retires it, and then you choose up to 2 cards in their drop zone and bind them face up. When they bind them, they're gone forever. In the case of Narukami, it's not like Nubatama to where they come back to the hand at the end of the turn if they're still there. And why this works so well is because it activates First Thunder Dracokid for Sweep Command because it happens during the battle phase, and you rather want to Superior Ride Sweep Command during the battle phase, otherwise it's going to be essentially useless or not as effective. So you definitely want to play him at 4 if your opponent is holding hand or at low damage. You can try to get the sweep play off to recoup some card advantage that you're missing out on. And 4, Supreme Conquering Dragon, Conquest Dragon. He's the G persona. It's really windy out here. People are saying it's like a small hurricane going on outside, and I kind of heard the winds whipping up. But Conquest is the G persona, and what he does is he's for free. So all I gotta do is flip a copy of him face up to retire one of your opponent's front row, and then you get +5 for every front row. Ooh, it's crazy out there. It definitely helps for the late game push and trying to get the +10 across the board, which helps boost up your rear guards to be able to hit for 2 stages, which is essentially 2 cards out of your opponent's hand at the very least, which is what you want to shoot for. And I love it. It's definitely one of my favorite strides out there at the current moment. As for grade 3s, we have 4 Sweep Command. Sweep Command is at 4 because you want to maximize your chance to get it off. You hope to not ride them first, but if you do, that's fine because there should be 3 other copies in the deck to try and get the effect off. The triple drive from the strides hurts the chances of it being in the deck in case you drive check it, but it's better to give yourself the chance to pull it off than to not have it at all, in my opinion. So I have 4, and you're essentially using them just for the Superior Ride. You're hardly ever gonna get the limit break effect off, and it's not something to really shoot for, in my honest opinion, because it's expensive, and all you do is get a couple extra card, or get an extra card and a retire out of it, which is fine for what it is, but it's expensive to pull off, and you have to wait until limit break to do it. I would just shoot for the Superior Ride with First Thunder Kid. 3 Descendant. He's my other Eradicator boss that I chose to play because for the restand chance. And it's not hard to get it off considering you have all your triggers and some of your grade 1s are Eradicators to be able to get it off if it comes to that. If you have the option to go for Sweep Command, or not Sweep Command, Descendant versus Conquest Dragon, I would definitely go for Conquest over trying to get the restand chance off, depending on how many cards are in your hand. And 1 Vanquisher. Vanquisher is in here because I can search it out. Just in case I need to call out Mighty Bolt Dragon early as a booster, I'm able to search him out and have Stride Fodder for later. And he comes in handy if I have to ride him first. It shuts down First Thunder Kid because you need to have an Eradicator Vanguard, and there's no Eradicator Strides at the current moment. So it shuts down First Thunder Kid, but it comes in handy in some matchups such as Aqua Force if it happens to come up. I like him. I definitely would play him as at least a 1 of, in my opinion. Grade 2s, we have Voltage Horn. He's the Amber clone. When he attacks and he's boosted, Counterblast 1, and your opponent chooses a rear guard to retire and bind. Since the card that is picked is retired first before being bound, it activates first Dracokid, which is amazing. That's why he's definitely a 4 of. You don't want to ride him first if you have the ability to. You rather ride Death Scythe or Chitura, and you definitely want to hold him in hand until you stride. 3 Descend or Death Scythe. Did I say Descend? If I did, whatever. 3 Dracokid Death Scythe. He's in here mainly because he's the better option for what's available. I know, if I remember correctly, there's an 8K grade 2 that says when it hits Counterblast 2 to retire something, which can help for sweep command's sake, but it's only 8,000 and it only would make a number with Shuki behind it. I don't think it's worth it because at least with Death Scythe, I have the ability to retire somebody's starter in the back row, which can help stunt their growth. And it comes in handy for Conquest turns, in case I need to retire a grade 2 in the front row before I activate Conquest Persona. And that's why I have him in here as a 3 of. I may play 4 again, depending on what I want to do with Rising Phoenix in the future. But for Chitura, he's here because he's an amazing grade 2 to have. When he's in rear guard, you can't attack your opponent's rear guard, but he gets +3, and when he hits, you counterblast to draw a card, and then you bind the card. And it's not limited or restrictive to Generation Break, so it can happen as soon as turn 2, which is great for pressuring your opponent's hand, which makes them more open to Zoras and other cards in your deck when the opportunity comes. Grade 1s, we have 4 Mighty Bolt. He's the Stride enabler, so I definitely want to play 4 in here. 3 Shuki. Shuki gets power when you have an Eradicator Vanguard, and he's able to make a good number behind your 9Ks on Conquest turns. It helps push them over stage. They can top out at 32,000 if all goes according to plan, which is great. I like him here over some of the other options just because of the power sake, just to help push through in the later portions of the game. 2 Rising Phoenix. The deck doesn't really do much with Soul. Excuse me. If you're not getting the sweep playoff, which you're not really shooting for. So this at least gives you the opportunity to put a rear guard out and draw a card to keep some momentum going. And it makes a column behind Chitura for 16,000, and it makes a nice emergency booster for Voltage Horn if it comes to that. For Anastasia, she's the unflipping PG, the new era PG, and is needed sometimes for the unflipping just because the deck can be it's not super counterblast heavy from what I've experienced, but it's nice to have it in case you need it to. And grade 0s, I have 5 draw, 7 crit, 4 heal at the current moment. I may tweak it up, but for what it's doing right now, I like it. The draws help pull pieces together like the Voltage Horns and whatnot, at the same time making a decent booster behind Chitura or behind Vanguard if I needed to without having to put down a 10k shield. So for that purpose, I like it. I may tweak it up depending on how things go, and I reserve that to do later. And then 2 First Thunder Dracokids. I have 2 in here for in case I run into a retired deck. I'm not playing Legion, so I can't put it back into the deck easily like that. So I like to have the ability to still pull it off if I draw it over the course of the game, and I know I have enough sweeps left to be able to pull it off. And that's the deck. And I'm gonna stop it for now, trying to find myself a game, and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, we got ourselves a game here. Looks like we're going against Angel Feather. So the thing to keep a lookout for is my things that can bind can keep his cards out of the drop zone, which is great. And I need to try to keep a lookout on my grade 0s because Yggdrasil, which is what he's likely using, is going to restrict my grade 1s from being used to guard. Alright, so I got a decent open hand here. I got Sweep, I got Voltage Horn, 2 Mighty Bolts, and then Shuki. And since I'm going second, I'm going to be able to Stride, assuming he goes into grade 3. So I'm going to keep Mighty Bolt in hand and hope I get another grade 2 for in replace of Voltage Horn here. Draw trigger, nope, Anastasia. Alright, so I'm going to be using Anastasia fairly early because I won't be able to use it for Yggdrasil purposes. Let's see what we got. No! Hopefully I get another one. Nope. Alright, so forget that plan. Let's see. I'll go with this. I'll attack. And maybe I'll get a crit or something because he's not likely going to guard it. Nope, another Anastasia, who's not going to be as useful. So I'm going to PG this next attack no matter what. He's on Nyx, so alright, so I'm still going to PG it just in case he's bluffing the Yggdrasil. Yep, there she is. Alright, so let's see what we got. I'm gonna draw, hey, late, but I'm gonna ride Descendant. I'm gonna declare Stride and go into Zorus here. Oh, not shuffle deck, open. Go into Zorus. And then call out Chitara. Give it that +3 that he's entitled to. And since I didn't move first Thunderkid over here, I'm gonna attack, boost it in case it hits. That way I should get some use out of it. Okay. So 31, 4, 41, 51, no pass. 1, 2, 3, give power to Chitara, and I draw that card, and then attack. I might guard this so I don't get the free card out of it. Skill. Hey, first Thunderkid. I want. Let's see, bind the quintet. Bind the Q wall. I could have got the trigger out the way, but I'd rather him not get the chance to get the Q wall back for later turns. That's why I went for that instead of going for the trigger play. He could Legion, which is what he likely is going to do. Oh, he strides. That's interesting. The question is, what do you do? Soul Blast 3, choose up to 2. Your rear guards have units get +5. Then, if the number of cards you soul is 2 or less, Soul Charge 3. Interesting. And then Chimera here puts up to 3 cards with Regalia into the drop zone, into the soul. Or from the drop zone into the soul here. So it's Nyx, Yggdrasil. It's probably has an Owl Pleiades, but Owl only works when they're in the drop zone already. So probably gonna just Soul Blast them right back out for later. I'm actually gonna no guard the Vanguard here, which is risky considering what I'm playing against. But if I don't, I won't get the chance to get the sweep play off because he's likely gonna go into rear guard with his opposing rear guard here. So that's the play that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna take the hit to the dome, especially since I have a couple outs here with triggers, and I could very well potentially get some more from the deck. So I'm gonna take the Vanguard hit here. I'm gonna no guard this one, and then PG this depending on what happens. So Nyx, another Q wall, and then Norn. So he's gonna go into, so he goes Vanguard. I'm gonna PG and then unflip for the other Anastasia that I got. Stand, draw. Okay, this is what you don't like to see when you're playing the deck, is seeing multiple sweep commands come out. But that's the risk you take with it. What I'm actually gonna do, let's see. I'm gonna go into Zorus again, force his hand, and And then Voltage Horn here. Shuki here. And then keep these in hand. Alright, let's see. I'm going to force out that Q wall. At the very least, I'm going to force out the Q wall because he's likely going to use it. And, oh, we take it. He's taking it. That's really interesting. So, Phoenix, Anastasia, and Mighty Bolt. So, alright, let's see. On hit. Let's see, I want you to bind your heal and crit. And then Thunderkid. I get to check the top 10, so I have 2 left, so there's a good chance I'm going to be able to pull it off. 2, 3, actually I think I saw it already, yep. Word. So I get the superior ride off because the way that Stride works is when I ride over it, it goes straight back to the G zone. And I get to attack again. And 3,000 here. And even though I can't really hit, I still get 2 cards out of it. All Chatura. So now Chatura can hit his Vanguard, force another card out of there. Alright, so that went very, very well for me. Ended up getting a lot of cards out of it. Because even if he Legions, which is what he's going to do, he's going to have to, since I'm only at 2 damage, when Yggdrasil attacks, Soul Blast 6 to get a crit, and I can't guard with 0s, or I can't guard with 1s or higher. But since I'm at 2 damage, I can actually take an additional crit and be okay. Yeah, how much soul does he have? Well, doesn't matter now. So he's going to be getting some power. So you're not Soul Blasting? In that case, I'm going to drop one of these Mighty Bolts that I got. Cool. Heal, that's fine. I can actually Conquest next turn and push a lot of cards out of his hand. Guard that. Guard. I'm actually not going to go for sweep play anymore. I'm actually going to try and cut down on his stuff. Stride. Open into Conquest. Since it only has 1 rear guard in the front row, it actually, I'm going to get the 10k across the board now. Nope, can't Soul Blast that. And then draw a card. Cool. That's perfectly fine there. Let's see, he knows what I want to do, so there's no point in explaining it. Oops. Alright, so this gets 13,000 now. He gets 10 because he gets 10,000 across the front row. Gets another 10 here. And then I'm going to attack. Let's see, I got a crit. I'm going to give power to Chatura. Heal, give it to Voltage. And then Death Scythe. And then I'm gonna go in with Chatura for 31. So he has to drop. Let's see, 21, 31, 36. That's enough. Wow. 21, 31, 41. Okay. I could have went for the sweep play, but I have plenty of guard here to protect myself from Yggdrasil. And I didn't want to risk decking out later, depending on how... Gosh, he only has 7 cards left. Wow. He's going to go for it. Let's see. Alright then. No guard. Another heal. That's fine. So I have 4 cards left after this. Got another heal. So Stride into my last conquest here. Same thing as last time, minus the fact that let's see here. I'm actually going to throw this back there for some extra push through. Phoenix, Shuki, draw trigger. Okay. Retire her. 26, 36. And I'm at 26 again. 26, 36. Let's see. He could go for the skill, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grade zeros and intercepts that I can use to be able to stop his Yggdrasil attack. I'm going to throw the book at him because I'm not going to let this hit. Norn, boom. So depending on what he has in soul, he has 1, 2 Norns, so that's plus 10 there. I took out Shiny Angel, so that's power that he loses there. Yeah, he's going for it. So he's going to top out at 33,000 now. So that means I can put down, if he's going to top out at 33, that means his max power output is going to be 43,000. So 21, 31, 41, 46 is a no pass. Good lord. He's getting it. I can actually stride again, which is crazy. So I'm gonna try the Azorus again, just for push through purposes. Let's see. There's really nothing else really needed to do. Crit, power Chatura, heal, power over here. Let me blank out the crit Vanguard. Oop, another crit. He got another heal. And then, and then the last heal. And then even if he doesn't guard, it's going to be his last card in deck. He's going to draw it. And with the way Vanguard works, once you draw your last card, or once you check your last card, let's see. This one's 26. So that'll do it. That was crazy. His heal checks were extra super loyal. But that's how I wanted to showcase the decks to you guys. And what was left? My last sweep was at the very, very bottom. So I'm glad I didn't go for the sweep play because I would have lost a 10k shield, which could have hurt me just for the chance to get it off. And I just want to showcase the decks to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is a deck I'm definitely going to build come Generation 2 when it drops. So I wanted to give you guys a preview of it. Hope you guys enjoy. I'm hype about it. And till later, guys. Peace.